I have a serious question. When are we going to start looting the stores? Because I was stealing before. Now it's full-blown theft. Because what the fuck you mean no food stamps?
Do you know how bold you have to be to come on the internet, not on an anonymous account, but on your personal account, showing your whole face, right? Threatening to rob and loot and steal and kill people over groceries. You know how bold you have to be to do that? But not just that. You know how bold you have to be to also at the same time admit that you've been stealing already? And that's something that I'm hearing a lot from these people. They're threatening that, oh, if no food stamps, we're going to go out here, rob, loot, and steal. But at the same time, they're also admitting, hey, we've been stealing. It's just that we're going to steal even more now, right? And the crazy part is these are people who are on food stamps. So when they say that they've been stealing, understand they've been stealing food even though they get food stamps to pay for their food. These people are getting thousands of dollars a month to buy food. Yet they still go to the store and steal everything anyway, and then they sell their food stamps, okay? They sell their food stamps and use that money to buy whatever they want. And one thing about these food stamps, people, if you know any of them, if you're friends with any of them on social media, they're always out on vacations. These people, literally, I go online sometimes and I see these people like backpacking across the world. They're always on the cruises. They're at the theme parks. They're in this city. They're in that city. But they ain't got a job. They ain't never paid for a grocery a single day in their life. But they are out here living it up. Living it up, ladies and gentlemen. And that's because they don't pay any bills. They don't have to buy their food. And they're given thousands of dollars a month for food. And they don't even use it for food. They steal the food and then they use that for other stuff. And it's not like this is me just accusing people of this. No, they're all over the internet admitting to this. They're bragging about it. And if we see so many people willing to come on the internet and brag about this, how many people you think are doing this behind the scenes without making videos, who aren't dumb enough to brag about it on the internet? Right? You really got to think about that as well. But I just hope that people are not making the mistake of sympathizing with these people in the least bit. Because this isn't about people going hungry and starving. This is about people jumping on an opportunity to do what they always want to do anyway, and that is to act a fool. Okay? And if you don't believe me, just go online. You will see video after video of people threatening to do this, threatening to do that. And we've gotten to the point that people aren't really, shedding fake tears and putting on an act for sympathy. We're not really seeing that. You would think that the videos that I'm showing you would be of mothers with their babies crying, they're hungry, they don't know how they're going to make a way. Have you seen any videos like that? I haven't found any. All I see are videos of people threatening violence and threatening to rob. And in fact, there's a lot of people who are now saying, hey, we're straight up excited. People are saying that they want the food stamps to get cut off and that they will be disappointed if they don't get cut off because they're already hyped up and excited to start stealing and looting. And, at first they say, oh, it's the corporations. You think you should care about corporations' money? But now they've been threatening small business owners, mom and pop shops. Up in New York, they're threatening to raid like all of the Asian-owned bodegas and corner stores and laundromats and stuff. It's getting crazy. So if you think for 1 second this is about hungry people desperate to feed their kids, you are severely mistaken. And just to let you know the mentality that a lot of these people have, I have a clip that I want to roll for you really quickly. before I rolled that clip, though, I need a favor from you all. I don't need food stamps, no, but I do need you guys to hit that thumbs up. I need you to subscribe. I need you to drop a comment, and I need you to share the video. Now, if you do want to donate to the channel, you know how. You can donate Cash App or Super Thanks. But with that being said, let's go ahead and roll this clip, and then I'll be right back with more.
And as someone who has never been approved for food stamps, I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually happy for this food stamps cut. And it's not for the reasons that you think. It's not because I'm like a hater and I'm upset that people are getting like free stuff. No, I just can't wait for the looting. Yeah, because as someone who is not on food stamps and you have to constantly pay for these expensive groceries, I'm tired. I'm sick of it. Like I just can't wait for the looting. Just be walking around somewhere, mind my business. Maybe a Whole Foods get caught up. Even a mom and pop shop. It is what it is. It is what it is. But some free groceries would be nice. Just let me know when that starts. And I don't want this to last too long. I don't want the cuts to last like that long. Like, no, I just want it to last long enough for me to get some stuff. So, like, let me know when the looting starts. Like, yeah.
Seeing all of these reactions to this situation just lets me know that a lot of these people are not fit to live in a structured, functional society, right? Like, this is, and I've explained this before, this is within their human nature. If your reaction to this, especially if you're not even on food stamps and this doesn't affect you, if your reaction is to immediately want to loot, kill, and do all of this violence and stuff, then that's because it's in your DNA, it's in your nature. And it seems to me like these people want to live in a complete lawless society where you could go rob and steal and do whatever you want. And if that's what these people want, because it seems like that's what these people want, they need to go somewhere where that's acceptable. Okay? You know what I mean? It's crazy how people who want certain benefits like government assistance, they want to live for free. But at the same time, it's like they want to live in a state of complete anarchy. Spoiler alert, you cannot have both. You cannot have your groceries and your rent paid for while also living in a completely lawless society with no structure. The structure that has been set up is what allows you to have money to eat and pay your rent. But it's like they want to tear down that structure, but at the same time, get mad when they don't get the same benefits. It doesn't make sense to me. But it's because these people are really incapable of really thinking. They're low IQ. And I could honestly say so much, but I feel like they say enough for themselves. You don't really have to say too much when people are showing you how they are themselves constantly, right? But all of these videos that I've been showing you, these reactions that we have been watching together over the last week or so, I want you guys to remember these reactions. Because if ish really does hit the fan and the looting starts, the media is going to try to sympathize with these people. The media is going to try to make it out as if these are just hungry mothers and stuff like that. The media isn't going to show you the real story. The media isn't going to show you what I've been showing you. So when the time comes for the media to try to paint out these people as if they're all innocent, nice people who are just hungry and starving, remember that these people were literally on video recording themselves dancing and talking about how excited they were for food stamps to be cut off so they could go loot and steal, and so they could target people at the grocery store and rob them and break into their houses and all of that good stuff. I want you to remember, because they're not going to show you that stuff. In fact, they'll try to scrub it off the internet if this stuff really gets bad, because they're going to want Americans to sympathize with the people out here that are going to be looting and stealing. But luckily, I've been ahead of it. I got ahead of this situation well before the media has. And I guess we're just going to have to wait and see how this plays out. For now, though, I want to hear from you guys down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all very soon in the next one.